Video from my March 28th, 2015 Helitrox checkout dive on the Marissa. This is the Hogan. This is actually the bow of the Hogan that lays on its starboard side. Here you can see Robin underneath it doing something, getting in and around shipwrecks seems to be his favorite pastime. Here's one of my dive buddies, X, along with Robin, and I'm actually here, labeled and all. We're heading towards the stern of the Hogan, and there's some structure that's actually upright at the stern. You can swim through part of it, but it can be a tight fit. You can see there's quite a bit of life. A big school of blacksmith in the background there. Here's an up-close shot of the stern of the ship. It's in pretty bad shape. This was used as a bombing target in the 1940s. I would hesitate to actually go inside of the ship, because who knows of its structural integrity. Here's the outside of that same compartment. You can see Robin checking out one of the little portholes. A closer view. You'll see that this is the stern in just a second, because there's the rudder. I don't know what this apparatus is. I've seen lobster in here before. It's some sort of coiled spring inside of a barrel. And that's one of the boilers in the background over there. You can see a bunch of striped bass. There were huge lingcod as well. And what would the Hogan be without wolf eels? Here's actually a pair of wolf eels that were gargantuan. Interesting fact about wolf eels is that they mate for life. When they lay eggs, the female wraps herself around the eggs, and the male wraps himself around her. This was a huge pair, must have been quite old. Here's actually a second pair. So for those keeping track at home, this is now 4 wolf eels we've seen on the Hogan. 2 mated pairs. Very cool. I have yet to be on the Hogan without finding wolf eels. That's one of the reasons why it's my favorite dive in San Diego. And here's yet another one. This one is inside one of the boilers. I love this guy because he's just about always in that boiler. And here's another. So we're at 6. Aaron did a great job of landing the anchor just on the other side of the wreck. I thought this was kind of cool. It was a rock crab that had wedged himself into some sort of pipe. This is actually at the train wheels. There were a bunch of abandoned lobster pots and some like old mooring anchors or something. People theorize that that's what the train wheels were originally for. Here you can see the train wheels. They're at the bottom of this crevice that's in, as you'll see, 91 or so feet of water. Nobody's quite sure how they got there. We actually went the wrong direction when we first went looking for them, but one of my dive buddies, Dave, came and got us and directed us to the proper location. The walls of the canyon remind me a lot of Scripps Canyon. It's that kind of pitted muck diving that leads to a lot of nudibranchs. Great dives.